So that's pretty darn cool, you know?
Yeah, but I think one of the things is small businesses always suffered from efficiency because, like you said, the head of the company is focused on everything now, and you're basically not only making the processes more efficient, but you're taking away the need for them to even oversee the process in many cases.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. So I think there's a lot there. Another thing that I never would have expected, you know, you got to get out, um, is there's a lot of not-for-profit companies that are really interested in doing this. And I always assumed that not-for-profits equal they have no budget to spend. And like, oh, no, 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 no. No, in fact, it's the opposite. A lot of these companies I've been talking to is like, look, we got money we got to spend, right? And I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, that's
and they
interesting.
have
We
to
should
spend it on
talk.
certain things quite often because the person who gave them the money said specifically, "You need to spend it on this or that or the like."
Yeah, and almost invariably, and everybody that I talk to, increasing our operational efficiency would get a thumbs up from people giving us money because now what that means is now we can spend more on what our actual target is, you know?
So, because if you can get to where what 80% of the money coming into the not for profit is going out to actually give results, or
Yes.
90%, those are numbers that carry a lot of weight with your donors.
Yeah, you want to get more money. That's how you get more. You be show I use
Yeah,
your money more wisely at
I
this
mean,
point, you know?
so I have this. This is a little backward. I belong to an app that gives microloans to people in other countries.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And yeah, the smallest amount you can give is $25. So I think
Yeah.
I've put 500-600 bucks in there over the years, and every time
Yeah.
it gets paid back, I just relend it out, relend it
Yeah.
out,
Right.
relend it. And it loses money over time because some people default, some people don't pay,
Yeah.
and then I pay for the admin fee as well. So, but
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm only willing to pay 10% of the cost of an admin fee. So I will pay 10% of the admin fee. You can
Yeah.
you can crank it to zero or as much as you want.
Yeah.
I've got
Right.
no reason to leave it at that, except I think that would be a good operation would be running at 10%.
Yeah.
It's just in the
Yeah.
back of my mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's right. You got to be just very efficient and stuff. And so, but so this opened a whole new market as not for profit. I had no idea. I steered clear of those
You know
guys,
what
but
would
I'm like,
well, you think about it this way. So a lot of not-for-profit relies on volunteer work, right?
yeah,
But the
right.
quality of volunteer work varies drastically. And think of the overhead
Yes.
you have to do to manage the
Yeah,
output of the
right.
volunteer work.
Yeah.
If you can offshore or offshoot or switch to AI a lot of those tasks, you're going to get standardized quality out of it, which is going to free up more of your management staff to
Yeah.
actually think about other things. You're getting the
Yeah.
same benefits you just talked about for the small business. They're going
Yeah.
to get at a in a different focus. That's
Yeah.
impressive, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can have the AI set the standards. You can still have volunteers come in to help, but now the AI can set the standards. The AI can monitor the output in many ways.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
actually focus on the strategic type of thinking that you want your management team to do and not on the operational side of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. That's exactly right. Yeah. I've been thinking about writing a book on how to navigate for small businesses AI thing. And you know, there's a lot of stuff I could write, but I think there's one skill that I think is got to be really important, and that is the fact that you've got to not think like a task person doing tasks. You've got to elevate your thinking to manager slash CEO level, where you're now orchestrating the tasks, not executing the tasks. Because AI can do so many of those simple little tasks for you. And I think that is how you make sure you stay relevant moving forward.
I think I agree with what you're saying.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Can you re-articulate that though? It something in the way you said it didn't catch, but I think the idea did. But I want can you re-articulate it?
Yeah, so I said I think the problem of not being relevant is basically the one we talked about is like being able to think better, but being able to think not, hey boss, tell me what to do at the lowest level of leadership, but actually becoming a better leader where you're having to think about several tasks, how they relate together, and able to build like a system in place to orchestrate how those tasks should be done, and then assigning the right resources to those tasks instead of you just doing them. You know, so much of the
Okay.
small little entrepreneur is like, oh, I'll just do it myself. It's just faster, you know?
I know where I was getting hung up because you said not to be at the task level, to be at the beginning. So I'm going to re-articulate it. Let me know if I'm still on
Yeah.
the same wavelength. Don't get stuck with doing the task because you
Yes,
still
sir.
need to understand the task
Of
to
course.
be able
Yeah.
to be able to orchestrate up.
Yeah,
So
right.
so at your don't get stuck doing the task at the task level. think
Yeah.
about the task from an organizational level or from a
Yeah. Right.
strategic level or a process, something above the task level, right? So you're still
Yeah.
thinking about the task. You still have to know the tasks. You can't just assume that you're magically going to be able to do things.
Yeah.
But you're no longer concerned with how it gets done so much, but that it gets done, and you're
Yeah.
outsourcing the how it gets done to something else, someone else, a
Yes.
tool, whatever. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, okay. Now, no, I agree with that entirely. I think the issue is it's so easy to get in the weeds of how things are done because it goes back to that I got something done today.
Yeah.
It just may not be the best thing you could have gotten done today,
Yeah. And it feels
right?
good because you crossed 7 things
Feels
off
good.
your
I
list,
sent
but
3 emails today, but they were emails that didn't need to go out today.
like
you
they were
know,
scheduling emails or just something that a
yeah.
computer could do, right?
So I think
Yeah.
I think that's a good point to make. Is everyone's got to level up their thinking, and it's not as easy as just seeing the bigger picture. It's they still have to understand the weeds. They just don't have to
Yeah.
think in the weeds anymore.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. And ultimately it comes down to leadership in my mind. It's like you've got to, you got to move up from the bottom of the leadership ladder, which is, hey, boss, totally tell me what to do. Hey, boss, you got a problem. To it's like, maybe I start thinking about this. It's like, hey, boss, we got this problem and this is what I did to fix it. And I
How
just want
would
to
you
make sure it's
frame that?
okay.
How would you frame exactly what you're saying now for a solopreneur?
um, so many of the cases, I can't remember the book, but it's a famous book, like 20 years old. The concept is work, on your business, not in your business. I mean, that
Mhm.
sort of idea.